Hi, this is Rahul, and welcome back to my blog. Today, I have a very compelling story to share. About 2 years back, I got a phone call from a random phone call from someone who wanted to sell their house in Torrance. And me and my wife, Surbhi, we went to the house for a listing presentation to see the house, see the condition, and meet the seller. When we entered the house, we saw they had signs everywhere on the couches to TV to all the other appliances and stuff for sale or sold. And my immediate question, my obvious question was to see if they were trying to downsize. This all was happening while we were sitting on the dining table, and over the conversation she mentioned that no, she is not. Actually, she is forced to do that. And while she was saying and telling me all this, she started crying, and pretty much, we literally had to calm her down. It turned out that she was a victim of domestic abuse, and so we were like, very, very horrified knowing her story and how, she came out of it and all. But anyhow, so she said, okay, I don't want to sell the house, but that is the only choice, then I will. But then I said, okay, you know what, why don't we rent the house and see if the mortgage can be covered by the tenants. Eventually we found a tenant. They were moving from Florida, and their daughter was here in town, and she saw the house, liked it, what she saw, and eventually signed up the paperwork. So we found a tenant for them. While we were doing the paperwork, I just didn't feel like, I should be charging her as much or any money, so I spoke to my broker at the time, explained her, what she's going through, and why I'm planning to help her, and she agreed. So basically we did not charge any money from either party. We closed the deal. The tenants moved in the house once they moved from Florida. It turned out the landlord was not a very savvy landlord. She obviously had not maintained the house. House had a lot of problems. And so we were quite a bit involved in rectifying what we could, help the tenants, help the landlord. Eventually the tenants could not stay in the house because of all the issues and the maintenance issues and stuff like that. So the tenants called me and said, we are moving out. We found another place. Thank you very much. The deal was done. I went back to the landlord. Eventually she was able to move in the house. So we were good there. 1 year down the lane, the tenants called me and say, Rahul, we saw what you were doing for your client and what you did for us. We would like to use your services. So eventually they introduced us to their daughter, who was selling her house in Aliso Viejo. And also they wanted to buy a house, so they bought a multi-million-dollar house through us. So we closed 2 deals with them. But the story is not about me, how I sold 2 houses and all that. No, the story here is, which actually is touching my heart, and that's what I tell all my team members and my peers, how I created a beautiful relation with someone. Obviously I sold houses, that's what we do for a living, yeah. But however, if that was not the first thing in mind, the most important thing for us was, or for me was, that we wanted to help what we could do without even thinking about the future, not knowing what's going to come in front of us later at some point. What we indeed got was amazing relation, the wisdom from the family. Literally the house, the head of the household is my father, like my father figure. He's not as old, but he is like my elder brother. He's a go-to guy for me. The wisdom he puts on, it outshines anything and everything. So every time I speak to him, I feel so relieved. I get like, I just calm down when I'm talking to him. So once again, I want to thank him and the family and everyone around, and even the landlord, how I met, and all those people, how this relation got cultivated and how it went through, yeah. So once again, I want to say thank you to everyone for watching my video. I really enjoyed making it because I felt so good telling this story to everyone. Thank you once again.